Hello guys, it's your boy SOULFEEL again, and welcome to my second course on FBA Amazon private label. Today we're going to be focusing on more vital part of starting an Amazon business, and these are going to be the legal part of starting an Amazon business. That is very important that you know these things. They're going to help you in your process of setting up your Amazon business, and these are very important things that you need to know. So like I said before guys, my name still remains the same. I'm still Terry, and welcome back to my next class. The topic we're going to talk about today are things that are very crucial to your Amazon private label journey, and they are very important. Okay, the three things I'll be talking about today are things that you should consider as very important, because I'm adding a good value to your life so that you can know how to go about these three things, because they're important when you're starting an Amazon private label business. The three things we'll be talking about today is, the first one is the business structure. The second one is product liability insurance, and the third one is your sales tax. These three things are very important. As long as you'll be selling on Amazon, you are going to need to know about these three things. They are very important, and they are going to structure how your business goes, on how you sell on Amazon, and what you should sell and what you should not sell, or what you might not be able to sell. So the first topic we're going to be talking about today is the business structure. But before I proceed with my lectures or my course, I want you to take note of what is at the bottom of my screen. There's a disclaimer, and I want to let you know I'm not a lawyer. I'm not a tax professional or an accountant. This is not a tax advice or any legal advice. This video is for entertainment purposes, and what I've been using in my business is what I'm sharing with you. So that being said, the first thing we want to talk about is the business structure. The question I always get is LLC, sole proprietorship, S Corp. Which should I choose when starting my Amazon? Many of my students ask me this, many of the people that have been writing email to me asking this question, which one do I choose? Like, I've been doing Amazon for years, and many of the sellers that I know, that I work with, many of the FBA sellers on private label on Amazon operate LLC as an option. I use that also myself. So, but that does not mean you have to start with an LLC. And the question that I always get is this: how do I start or form an LLC? I always answer people and said, you can form an LLC using a legal practitioner, a lawyer in your locality. To form an LLC, you can make inquiry, and they're going to tell you the process on how to form an LLC in your state if you're in the United States, or an LLC in your country if you live in America. But for me, I automated the service, and I used a company that is called LegalZoom. You can find them online. Search the name, it's called LegalZoom. They will take the total care of all the registration process for you. They are located in the United States, and they will charge you a few $100. Guys, this will take the heavy lifting off your shoulder. They were going to do all the processing work. They're going to do all the filing for the registration of your LLC. So they will tell you the papers to send, the document that you need to send, and the requirement that you have to meet to get your LLC in your state. So you can look that up. I have my link in the description, and This way, if you use my link, I might get a little kind of reward for referring you, which is not much, but it's your choice to use it, or if you don't want to, no problem. That's not the reason why I'm choosing to teach you or share my course with you. I just want to make you know what you need to do when starting an Amazon business. So I often hear a question from people when they consign the business structure. They always ask me, can I start first as a sole proprietorship? A sole proprietorship is not an LLC. I always tell them a sole proprietorship can be defined as a business that is owned by a single individual, one person. It can be more too, but it's not like a public company. It's not an LLC. I always definitely say yes. Beside, that should be your first option when you're starting out. Like, for example, when you're starting on Amazon, you don't have that much knowledge. But it's always good to start with this option first, then opt for LLC when you're starting to make sales. The reason that being said is that because LLC give you more legal protection. Legal protection in the sense that if somebody choke on your product that they buy from Amazon, they can sue you to court. They can sue you for legal consequences. So what happens is that if you have a sole proprietorship, they'll be suing you directly. That means they're suing you for the injury sustained or anything that happens to them from buying your product. But while in LLC, in sole proprietorship, if they sue you, you might end up losing money and your company might go into bankruptcy and you might end up losing all your business and going down the drain that way. But if you have LLC, it gives you a more legal protection. That means that if there's anything that goes wrong with your product, they are going to sue your company and not you. Your company is a legal entity. But on this issue, I talk to your accountant. Just in case of any liability, they will explain to you what is the legal consequences of having an LLC over a sole proprietorship. But in the first instance, I definitely like people to start with the option of sole proprietorship. When you start driving sales and making more, so you see that there's a prospect in the product you're selling, that you change to LLC. And the next thing that I listed that I'll be talking about today, the second thing is product liability insurance. You see, it is very important that you know this. Always make sure you go for low liability product when you just starting out. For example, don't go for product that will make people sue you easily. Don't sell electric product that can shock somebody. Don't sell product that children can easily swallow. Don't sell product that can make you get into a big problem. Sell products that are low in liability. You understand that? So product liability is very important as it gives you more protection. You see? So product liability insurance, for example, is they give you more protection. It's very important as it gives you more protection. They are also affordable like LLC. Product liability insurance, you can talk to a local insurance broker in your locality. They are going to guide you through how to get this product liability insurance. Just make sure you have one. But when I'm talking to people that are just starting out on Amazon, I always advise go for product with low liability product that even when there's problem, you cannot be sued, so you cannot have to lose your business. They're not going to sue you millions. It's just going to be a little compensation. So, but contact your insurance and you can get one from there. It is required. They will tell you the steps and advice on what to do. So, the last for today will be the sales tax. Sales tax is something that you need to take into consideration, because as you start selling, it's like when you have income, you're working, you pay income tax. So also when you start selling on Amazon, your state will request for a sales tax. So the first thing I always want to say is to contact a CPA to get an advice, or contact a local accountant nearest to you. They are in the best shoe to tell you what to do on this issue, but it's very important because you're going to end up paying tax on the product you sell, which is called a sales tax. And number two, remember to collect sales tax for your home state and remit it. Most sellers in the US does this. Everybody, most sellers does this. But if you're not in the United States, I don't know how it operates in your own country, but most sellers I've dealt with that have advised on how to sell on Amazon, they do this. It's a way to get yourself out of trouble. You know, you want to pay tax, you don't want to evade tax. So that way, seek advice from your CPA or your local accountant. That is better. But in case you want somebody to automate this service for you, if you want, you don't want to go to your local accountant, you don't want to have to search around for the service, I have a recommendation for you. Okay, there's a service that I used and I've recommended to most of my friends that are doing Amazon in the United States, and that are doing it in the United States and doing it in Canada and everywhere all over the world. Is that my recommendation is to look for this company. It's called Tax Jar. You will see the link in the description below. Just to be aware, if you subscribe to my links, I'm going to get a little bit of stipend, just to let you know I'm not hiding anything from you. So, but you can support me through that if you want to, like I always say. And I will tell you the steps on how to go about this. So, for your tax registration, to get your tax registration number, that is what you're going to be using for your sales tax. Now, the first step is to register, is to get a sales tax, state tax registration number. Like I said before to you, to get your tax rate, to do your sales tax, you need your state tax registration number first. To get it, Tax Jar can help you. The description is in my link below. Contact them and they're going to help you with the process on how to get your tax registration number. Step 2, when you get your tax registration number, once you get the state tax number, enter the info in your Amazon Seller Central. You now have to go to your Amazon Seller Central to enter this information because Amazon needs it. The certain steps to follow, which is number 3, is you go under the tax setting in Amazon Seller Central, you add your state, you enter your registration number that you got from Tax Jar, tax registration number, you enter it, you check all the boxes that applies to you, like the district, the county, the city. You can check every boxes. And that is it. When you do that, you submit and you are done with the sales tax. And Amazon will calculate that and probably they will tell you the next step to do. But that is the first thing you have to do when you're starting your Amazon. You need to set all this in up. They are very important. So, but for international seller, I don't know much about where you stay, but you can contact your local tax expert for any advice. They will tell you what to do on how to pay your sales tax in your country of residence. Thank you very much, guys. It's been another wonderful time sharing this experience with you and teaching you what to do or the steps to take when starting your Amazon private label. Subscribe to my channel and share with your friends. Let's blow it up. Let's help people to make money. Okay, guys? Thank you for listening to my channel and stay safe again. Bye for now.